Look at this here.
Are you taking a picture? So the bottles are part of it, are they?
So you fill it up with sand.
We'll fill it up with carbon there tomorrow to hold it in.
The sand bottom is just
Just leave the bricks in.
okay.
And some kind of fibre.
And then you cutting brick spawners to fill it all up, or
Bottles under the sand.
yeah,
and
yeah,
some
yeah.
bits of it.
It's just that we don't need straw here because we want it dense and holding it together. And I find that if you put straw in it, you can, but I find it's harder to get into the little gaps and stuff.
So that's just straw and that's just
That's clay and sand.
And what, 50-50 mix?
No, for this type of clay, it's 2.5 by volume of sand and 1 to clay. But that's that particular clay. So every time you work with it, you have to try it out and see which
How do
ratios.
you have to work it out to see how it stands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow what we'll do is we'll make the sand form, and then we'll put the first baking layer, which will be exactly the same as this.
Yeah.
And then the next layer, which will line up with this, will have straw in it. So we get in a whole complete thing wrapped in insulation.
So you make a sandcastle in the shape
Yeah.
of your oven, and then you layer it in. And then once it's all,
Done, we cut the door out
and you dig it
and we
out.
take the sand out.
Oh, I see. So you make a they use the sand to make the shape.
If we'd started this morning, would have you gone right through and done it all today?
You could build an oven like this in a day. Yep. Especially on a day like this where it's drying. I mean, you can really see that it's these little bits are drying. You come back in the morning, that'll be pretty hard.
Is there
A door?
an
Yes.
optimal sort of size door for depth
Yep.
of the oven?
There's an
and
optimal height in relation to the height of the oven.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What is it?
66%, 2/3. 2/3 of the height of the oven is the height of the door.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But the door,
So it's just about the height. It doesn't matter the depth.
not so much. The width is to do with the depth because generally bigger ovens, you're putting bigger pizzas in. So the bigger the oven, the sort of the wider the door gets.
Yeah.
But the height is really important to get the... I've seen ovens that are built so instead of... And this is why I like to build them by making it a complete dome and then cutting the door out.
yeah.
Because if you have the door in there, which totally can be done, but you tend to not get the shape of the oven on the inside to the door because you really want to trap that heat in there. So if I've seen ones where they built the door in and it's just too smooth and the flames actually are coming out, which means all the heat's going out. So that's why I like to build it as a dome because it's just easier, there's no fiddly bits, and then cut the door out when it's sort of even a little bit harder than this.
Can you go as far as you want, like the thickness of the walls? Can you make it like twice as thick?
You can,
Just
but
the thermal mass and it gets
But then
like,
it's going to take longer to fire it.
Yeah,
So the
okay.
more mass you have in there, the more heat you have to put in it to get it up to temperature, so the longer it's going to take.
so on top of this you put like an insulated
Yep.
layer with lots of straw.
Yep. We are not going to do that here because this is going to be moved.
Too much.
And so we're sort of building the minimum of the oven and then we'll move it and then whoever gets it, it's up to them whether they want to do that or not.
Is there a chimney at all?
Nope.
So where does the smoke go?
Out the door again. And if you have a well-built oven and it's dry and you're using good wood and you know how to make a fire, there's hardly any smoke. Sort of thing over the top, but then ideally this would have another ring over it when it gets into its place.
How's it going?
Good.
So the door's going to be here?
Yep.
So the bricks are just making an entrance? Or it's going to be...
The bricks, you saw the bricks underneath yesterday?
Yeah.
So they level with that, so that's the doorway
Okay, yeah.
for getting things in and out.
And what's the sort of lamp for?
Oh, this is the baking layer, so we put this on, it was about this wide all the way up.
Yeah.
And now we're going to come and put the next layer in here. It's just that this happened to be higher than where our bricks
Oh, okay, yeah. So the inside of the oven is another 50
much.
mils deeper inside.
Yeah.
The inside is actually quite small.
Yeah, it's a small oven. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. And then you cover again with this on top, and then you
So
go with your
the mix that they're
insulator.
doing here with lots and lots of straw is our insulation. That's going to go from here up, and then we'll probably do another one with a bit of straw to give it just a nice one over the whole thing to make it look nice. Are you from Germany or France?
Belgium.
Oh, okay. So I'm cutting the bit of the door out to get to the sand.
Yeah.
So we can start getting the sand out slowly as it dries. So you can see the first layer in there, that is just clay and sand, that's the baking layer. And it doesn't have straw in it, and then the next layer has the straw in it for the insulation.
Are you going to put more layer over top?
When it's in place, whoever buys the oven can put it in place and put another layer on top for insulation.
So it doesn't move anymore.
Yeah,
So you're
because I
gonna
think this is going to be heavy enough to move.
Yeah, so eventually you score all this? Put the new layer on?
We'd probably just put a clay slip over, it's rough enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the door needs to be that height on the inside.
Oh, I
Cut it
see.
straight.
Yeah, for the ratio.
Yeah.
For the smoke to go out, but not the heat.
That for the heat to stay in, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So once it's hot, how hot does it get once you make a fire?
A couple of 100 degrees.
And that's the maximum you can get, or depends on how long you make a fire in? Or?
Yeah, you don't want it too hot because then you'll just burn the pizzas. But
And how long does it take to get to 200 degrees with a fire inside?
for an oven this size, if it's well dry, between an hour and 2 hours.
But then this will bake a pizza in 30 seconds.
Yeah, because it's got contact with the pizza. So you make the fire on the bricks, and then you take the fire out and you make a little one on the side, and then it's all the residual heat in the bricks that cooks the pizza.
Slightly round there? Yeah, okay, great.
In a perfect world, would you wait for the inner coats to dry?
It's going to get another one once it gets to its final home. But yeah, we would definitely... Sorry?
Getting the sand out? Great. Did you want to?
Yeah, we'll do it slowly. We'll see how dry the cob is on the inside. So I've just shaped the door to get a bit more access, and once the sand's out, then I'll give it a nice rounded corner so that it's a bit stronger and you don't chip the corners off so much. But it's just a matter of really lightly getting into the sand, and it's very easy to tell the difference between the sand and the cob because the cob is sticky and the sand just falls down with a little bit of movement with your fingers.
Wow, real soft. Beauty. Here it is, building official, Vash Burton. Building up, digging out the pizza oven. The symbol of the natural building spreading around the world.
So instead of trying to put it this way,
Or it could be the trailer right up to there.
that way, bring your trailer down.
Oh, we okay?